Introducing Nitty Kitty in the city. Now, this is a cat sitting service that I came up with that is based on an application that people can swipe on in order to find a last minute cat sitter in their area for their feline. The purpose of this assignment was to apply what I had already learned in the previous assignment and apply it to my own social media marketing campaign. And in this case, it is based on Nitty Kitty in the city. Some features that I learned in this assignment was the fact that I could apply transitions to all of the slides simultaneously. I had always just applied transitions at one at a time to each slide, and it was very time consuming. I did not realize that I could highlight all of the slides at once and apply a transition. Now, that this may seem kind of amateur, but I just never knew that. And I was very happy to know that. It made everything kind of run a lot smoother, and it just kind of helped me create the project even faster. So these are some of my goals with the business in order to kind of market it properly in social media, is to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And basically, I need to be very specific in what my intentions are. I need to understand that I need to have specific goals that are also realistic. So these are some of the hashtags that I would be using for this sort of project. Would be hashtag City Kitty or Nitty Kitty. I also need to remember my purpose, which I explain in my annotated notes, which is something I also learned in this chapter. And my purpose is to provide the most efficient yet quality cat care to those who are needing to leave town last minute on business, and they can use my application and with one swipe find a cat sitter in their area to take the job within 24 hours. So you can see I've applied the same transitions as I go on. I talk about measurability and the achievability, depending on my past and present projects, what I've kind of started off doing, kind of, I guess, essentially cold calling, going into pet stores offering coupons or whatnot, and then eventually, and also on Instagram, kind of recognizing cute cats online and promoting the business and spreading the word. And in the present, I recognize kind of who is consistently providing quality service for my clients and maybe offering them a lower commission as they are paying commission to me as the sitter, since I am finding them the work. So I have to be realistic, and I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about, should we stay more localized? Should we kind of expand more? I do want to focus on bigger cities because those happen to be the ones that contain the largest amount of travelers. But I also wanted to recognize that cat owners are not just like, we have this societal idea of crazy cat ladies and things like that, but they're not. They're cat owners, they're of all ages. They're modern, they're working individuals, and sometimes they need a stranger sitter in an emergency. And I need to be realistic about how often they would be wanting to use that service or comfortable with it. So these are my goals. I started, and for example, I did not know that just in general, this whole template site I found online, and then I applied it to PowerPoint. I had no idea you could do that. I thought you always had to go with the themes that were provided by PowerPoint. So that is something I did not know at all going into this chapter. But yeah, so my 1-year goal would be to take care of 200 cats with 50 consistent sitters, and then I would like to double the amount of sitters within 5 years, but quadruple the amount of cats, because I want to be able to kind of have control over who is, not control, but I want to understand like the quality of the care that these cats are receiving. And I think with 100 good sitters, it will be more manageable. And thank you so much. Of course, I have to have Grumpy Cat here to say thanks for nothing, obviously an irony. And I really enjoyed this assignment.